So what happens when the very system that's supposed to protect your food is actually profiting from poisoning it? In this explainer, we're taking a hard look into the shocking state of food safety in Meghalaya. And honestly, what's been uncovered is incredibly disturbing.
Just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about getting slightly less than you paid for. This quote lays it all out. This is a dangerous reality hiding in plain sight, on market shelves, and maybe even in your own kitchen.
And that's the big question, right? How can something so dangerous be so widespread? Is it just a simple failure of the system, or is it actually happening by design? Let's dig into it.
Okay, so first things first, we need to understand what we're really talking about here. When we say food adulteration, it goes way beyond just a little bit of corner cutting.
I mean, just look at the audacity of this. You go to buy milk thinking it's a healthy, pure product, but what you might be getting is a mix of water and detergent. You grab some turmeric for its amazing health benefits, and you could actually be adding sawdust and chemical dyes to your family's food. The level of deception is just staggering.
And this isn't just an isolated problem, not at all. We're talking about the absolute essentials, things we use every single day. Milk, spices, cooking oil, honey, even meat. The problem is systemic. It's running through the entire food supply chain.
Okay, so the obvious question is, where are the regulators? I mean, isn't there somebody whose job it is to protect people from this? Well, on paper, the answer seems pretty clear. It's the Food Safety and Standards Authority, the FSSAI. This is the official body responsible for this exact job. They set the rules, they define the standards, they're supposed to be the guardians of our health. In theory, the story should end right here. But that's the thing. If the laws are there and the authority exists, why is the food on the shelf still so dangerous? This is where the gap between what's written on paper and what happens in reality becomes a massive chasm.
Just take a look at this number. Less than 5%. It's a shockingly tiny figure, and what it represents, well, it's the heart of the entire problem.
That's right, fewer than 1 out of every 20 food businesses gets inspected in a given year. When enforcement is that low, the rules might as well not even exist. You're basically creating the perfect environment for crime to flourish with almost no risk of ever getting caught. And that brings us to the most disturbing part of all this. What we're looking at isn't just a government agency that's maybe a little underfunded or incompetent. No, it seems to be something far more deliberate.
This right here is the key. You have to reframe how you see it. The system isn't failing to catch the criminals. It's actively protecting them. It's a racket where the very people who are supposed to enforce the law are actually benefiting from it being broken.
So, how does a racket like this actually work? Well, it's depressingly simple. An official schedules a so-called visit, but it's not really for an inspection, it's for a collection. A monthly fee, a bribe, is paid. And just like that, food samples are conveniently ignored or never even sent for testing. The result? It's business as usual for the adulterators, who just keep selling dangerous products without any fear.
But we have to remember, this is not a victimless crime. The price for all this corruption is paid by the public, and it's paid in the most direct and harmful way you can imagine.
The human cost is real, and it is severe. We're talking about everything from immediate problems like outbreaks of food poisoning to the slow, silent damage that's done by eating industrial chemicals and things that aren't even food over many years. The long-term health risks are impossible to even calculate, but you know they're significant.
And it just forces you to ask, who actually pays the legal price for any of this? When the whole system is designed to look the other way, prosecutions become even rarer than the inspections themselves. For the victims of this racket, justice is pretty much non-existent.
So when you put all the pieces together, what do you even call this? It's so much more than just corruption. It's a fundamental, devastating betrayal of public trust.
This table really just sums it all up, side by side. On paper, you have the promise of regulation, of justice, through the FSSI. But in reality, you have inspections that never happen, bribery instead of enforcement, and complete and total impunity for the people poisoning the public for a profit.
And here's the final, chilling takeaway we really have to grapple with. We often say the system is broken when things go this wrong. But what if it's not broken at all? What if it's working perfectly, just for the people it was designed to benefit, and not the public it's supposed to protect?
And that leaves us all with a deeply, deeply unsettling question. When the guardians themselves are the racketeers, who is there left to trust to keep your family safe?